welcome to Kent Cricket Extra. The build-up was really fitting because the first couple of hours of this test match has lived up to expectations. India got 90 good runs, but England also got 2 wickets in that first session. And it was that Sikh once again to the important wicket of Cheteshwar Pujara, and of course a gift from India to England in the shape of Virender Sehwag run out. So here we are at lunch on day 1 of this third test match, and I've got Rahul Dravid here with me, and the first question that I'm going to ask him is an important one. Whose session was that?
I'd say England will be a little bit more happier with that, having lost that toss, having controlled the runs to just 90. We've seen in the morning, we saw the first session can go for a lot of runs if you sort of let it go. So I'd say England will be slightly happier having their lunch at this point of time. India knows they've got a middle order that hasn't got a lot of runs. So from that point of view, England will feel that they've got into that middle order.
Yeah, because you're looking at a pitch that seems very good for batting. The ball hasn't really turned, not too much at lateral movement. I'll actually give you a look at the wickets to fall, and be nice to get your views on the wickets that fell. First one, of course, was the Virender Sehwag run out. Oh, lovely shot. Good use of the wrist. Samit Patel will prevent the extra run. They'll run. In fact, watch out. This is gone. Yes. Gautam Gambhir was ball watching. There was a third run, and Sehwag was shocked that there was no response from his partner. And this is just disaster for Sehwag and for India.
Yes! Knocked him over. Did the ball keep low? Look at that. Monty Panesa's got a new style to celebrate a wicket. And that's a big wicket. Make no mistake.
I think insult to injury was Monty Panasa there with that whistling as well in typical Indian style. Gautam Gambhir is not out 50, so he's carried on his form from the last innings in that Mumbai test match. Tendulkar has just come in, so Sehwag and Pujara were the men dismissed. Right, we've also been joined by Jeffrey Boycott as we were looking at those wickets, and I posed a question to Rahul. Whose session was that? Was it more India or England? And Rahul said it was more England's session then.
Yeah, 2 wickets. You gifted England 2 wickets, really. I mean, that run out was appalling. Look, everybody gets run out at some stage. You get run out by a few inches, it's part of the game. It's like nicking it or what. But when you have a foxtrot, a quick stop in the middle of the pitch, nobody knows what they're doing. That's awful. You know, I mean, Sehwag was just ambling for 3. He wasn't even really looking at the fielder. Gambhir had decided he's only running for 2. He was sat with the bat up his backside, wasn't he? And so actually Sehwag ran 3 runs. He ran 2.5 and another half back. I mean, it was just a mess.
The viewers out there would be, in this situation, they're looking at the experts and thinking who's to be blamed in that run out. So Sehwag or Gambhir, who
I think there was 3. Look, it's a big boundary. It went right to the edge of the boundary. If Gambhir had run for 3, he could have got 3. But what usually happens, if people tend to run much harder when it's them that have hit it, right? They don't always run as hard for somebody else's runs, do they? I mean, he was sat on his bat at the non-striker's end when Sehwag was running half a run.
Yeah, I got the feeling as well on instinct when I saw it. It seemed like Sehwag, got a raw deal there.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was 3, and Gambhir was ball watching, but being extra critical on Sehwag as well. He was ball watching as well, and he wasn't looking that his partner wasn't.
And Gambhir would say, I shouted out no. That's what he's going to tell Viru when they go back in the dressing room.
Could you hear him shout?
We heard on the stump mic that he did shout, but he was sort of almost facing the ball and shouting. So it's. I mean, there was 3 runs there, and it's just almost. I think sort of Gambhir made up his mind a little bit.
It's about 3 yards from the boundary, and another fielder has to pick it up, and you can't run 3 for that. Young fit men can't run 60 yards.
Yeah, he was shouting no, but it was more looking towards the fielder, so I'm not sure Sehwag heard it.
Yeah, and he was sort of, both of them were looking at the ball rather than looking at each other. And there was probably no communication at that stage. I think Viru, in his mind, thought there was 3 all the time, and Gambhir probably thought there was only 2.
Right, this series has been about wickets and runs as well, which has been the beauty of this series so far. So we had a look at the wickets. Let's have a look at the runs now through our Tata Docomo Super Force package.
Go very fine, boundary.